Ismene, my sister, do you know of a single scourge in the heritage of Eurydice which Jupiter has spared us? I think I can tell you of another. One more shame which our enemies have in store for us. Guess what it is.
No, Antigone. Our two brothers have died at each other's hands. The Argive horde has disappeared. And today, I do not see what can make me feel more wretched or less unhappy.
Listen, I wanted you to come out here so that no living soul should hear us.
What is wrong? Your look terrifies me.
You ask what is wrong? Is not Creon allowing funeral rites to one brother and denying them to the other? Eteocles will have the burial he deserves. Polynesius may be neither buried nor mourned. He is to be left to the crows. Those are the orders of the noble Creon for you and me. Yes, for me too. He will come in person to this very spot and issue his decree. He attaches the utmost importance to the carrying out of his orders. To infringe on them is to be stoned to death by the people. I hope you will show what you are made of.
What can I do?
Decide if you will help me.
Do what?
Raise up the body.
You mean to bury it? In defiance of the king?
I do. He is our brother, my brother, and yours. I shall bury him. No one shall say I have left him to the beast.
Unhappy girl, despite Creon's ban?
Has he the right to cut me off from my family?
Antigone, our poor father put out his eyes to expiate his crimes. He died in the mud. Our mother, who was his mother, hanged herself. Our two brothers slew each other. Just think, we two are quite alone. What a sinister end would be ours if we were to defy our masters. Antigone, we are just women. Women unskilled in the art of subduing men. Now, those in command are stronger. May Polynesius forgive me, but I shall acquiesce. I shall obey the powers that be. To attempt what is beyond one's strength is folly.
I do not wish to force you. If you were to help me, your heart would not be in it. Do as you think best. I am for the burying. After that, I shall be glad to die. One sweet crime, and two friends will rest together side by side. For Ismene, the time I will have to spend pleasing the dead is far longer than the time I must spend pleasing the living. Your conduct is your affair. Despise the gods, you must.
I don't despise them. I merely feel unable to fight a whole town.
Seek out excuses. I shall raise him a sort of grave.
This is madness. I tremble for you.
Let me alone. Think of yourself.
At any rate, tell no one what you intend. Keep it dark, as I shall.
Keep nothing dark. You are free to speak. I should begrudge your silence more than your tittle-tattle.
Cool down. You are far too excited.
Never. I know that I please where I should.
Yes, if all goes well, but you are attempting the impossible.
I shall stop when my strength fails.
Why try and catch the wind?
Go on like this, and I shall detest you. You will excite the hatred of the dead. Leave me alone with my plan. If it fails, I die a glorious death.
Very well then. Go your rash way. Your heart is your undoing.
Under your frantic eye, O son, the Argive troops have fled, as fast as their legs would run. They had come on the heels of Polynesius and his dreams of power. Jupiter detests boasting. He has struck the plumes and armor of pride with his thunderbolt. The 7 chiefs who marched against our 7 gates have laid down their arms. Only 2 brothers of opposite camps stayed their ground. Now victory is established in Thebes and the people sing. But here is Creon, our new sovereign.
Citizens! The gods have saved this town from ruin. I have called you together, knowing your respect for the house of Elias, and your loyalty to Oedipus and to his sons. The sons have slain each other. All power passes into my hands. Before a man has shown his worth, it is hard to know him. Personally, I condemn the man who rules without consulting those about him. Still more the head of a state who would sacrifice the masses to the interests of a single individual. I will flatter no adversary. A just prince will not lack friends. Such are my principles. And so I have dictated the decree concerning the sons of Oedipus. Eteocles is a soldier. Let him be buried with full honors. Polynices returned from exile as an incendiary, seeking to flout us and reduce us to slavery. No honor shall be paid to him. I command that his body be left to the dogs and crows. I shall never confuse virtue with crime. I have spoken.
Well said, Creon. You have a free hand. You can dispose of the dead and of us.
Carry out my orders.
Ask the young men.
Guards, keep watch over the body.
What must we do then?
If laws are broken, be inflexible.
No man would be so mad as to seek death.
Death would be his reward, but the hope of a purse often makes men mad.
Prince, I can't exactly say I've flown here to you. Oh no, I stopped many times along the way. I kept thinking to myself, don't go to him, don't go. But on the other hand, if Creon should learn about it from somewhere else, he might be in for much worse. It's not far to go, but it was. So you see, I've nothing good to tell you.
What has scared you out of your wits?
I'll tell you, number one, first of all, it wasn't me, it wasn't my fault, and I don't know who it was. It wouldn't be fair of you to punish me.
You are beating around the bush. It looks to me as if you're trying to break some bad news gently.
Danger kind of paralyzes you.
Speak, then you can go.
Right, I'll speak. The body has been buried.
What was there?
Not the slightest idea. There were no signs of spades or picks, no footprints, no cart tracks, nothing to give the criminal away. By the early morning, the body had disappeared under a layer of dust, just enough to prevent sacrilege. Of course, everyone was accusing everyone else and getting worked up. We were going to find it out. The whole guard was under suspicion because there was no proof against anyone in particular. We swore we would walk on live embers without flinching and grasp red-hot irons. That's how you tell the guilty and their accomplices. In the end, we decided to make a clean breast of it. To you. We drew lots, and I was the unlucky one.
Prince, I wonder if this could be a plot hatched by the gods.
Enough nonsense from you, old man. The gods don't inter iconoclasts, incendiaries, pillagers of temples. Have you ever known the gods to favor evil? No, I should say not. But this act is an eye-opener. I knew there were traitors in this town murmuring against my yoke. I knew of subversive activities. The culprits are in the traitor's service. Men have invented money. Money! Vile money! Money has wrought the ruin of towns, the corruption of honest men, a general demoralization. But those who have in turn Polynices, bribed by a purse, have dug their own tombs. If you do not bring them to me, I shall hang you. Then someone will denounce them.
In any case, it wasn't me.
I wonder. You seem to be precisely the kind of fellow who would sell himself, and cheap at that.
It's sad when the fair-minded prince can't see straight.
Oh, he is passing judgment on me! I do declare!
I sincerely hope the guilty parties are found. I'm off.
Man is amazing. Man navigates. Man plows. Man hunts. Man fishes. He tames horses. He thinks. He speaks. He invents codes. He warms himself and roofs in his house. He recovers from sickness. Death is the only sickness he cannot cure. He does good and he does evil. When he listens to the laws of heaven and earth, he is a good fellow. When he does not heed them, he ceases to be so. May a criminal never be my guest. Heavens, what strange portent is this? Oh, gods, incredible, but true. Is it not Antigone? Antigone. Antigone, can you have disobeyed? Can you have been mad enough to have caused your own undoing?
Caught red-handed. Where's Creon?
There he is, coming out.
What is happening?
Prince, chance brings me back where I'd hope not to set foot again. Question this girl. She is the guilty one.
Where and how did you take her?
She was burying the body. I caught her in the act.
You swear it?
Yes, I swear it. She was burying the man.
Give me some details.
Well, we were scared by your threats, so we got the sand off the corpse and left it lying naked on the earth. Then we sat down on a mound where there was a breeze because of the stink. Then we fooled around so as not to fall asleep. When suddenly, at midday, a dust storm arose, broke the branches, and blinded us. When it had passed, we saw this young woman standing near the body, screaming her head off. She covered the body with dust, brought a vessel out from under her dress, and began libations. And we pounced on her and arrested her in half a second. We questioned her, and she confessed without offering resistance. I'm sorry I had to trade one life for another, but guilt is guilt, and when all's said and done, it's only natural I should try and save my own skin.
And you with the unassuming eyes, what do you say to this? Is it true?
I did it. I avow it.
Get up! Get yourself pegged somewhere else. You're free! You knew of my ban?
Yes, it was public.
And you had the audacity not to observe it.
Jupiter did not issue that decree, nor does justice impose such laws. I was not aware that your decree could make the caprice of a man prevail over the rule of the immortals, over unwritten laws which nothing can efface. Such laws do not date from today or yesterday. They are for all time. No one knows when they were made. Ought I then, for fear of a man's opinion, to disobey my gods? I knew death would follow my act. I shall die young, so much the better. The real misfortune was to have left my brother without a tomb. The rest is all the same to me. After this you may call me mad, yet in reality be yourself the madman.
Her unyielding nature, we recognize the daughter of Oedipus. In the face of adversity, she stands her ground.
Remember, the hardest spirits are the most easily broken. The hardest iron is the first to snap. A little curb calms an unruly horse. What pride she has. For a slave to duty. She deliberately insults me. She sets me at defiance and boasts about it. If I let her, she would be the man. Though I am brother to Jocasta, neither Antigone nor her sister shall escape their fate. For Ismene must be her accomplice. Let her be brought before me! A moment ago, I caught sight of her in the palace, panic-stricken as a bat. The spirits of the night betray themselves quickly. What I hate beyond all else is a criminal who, when caught in the act, tries to glorify his crime.
You demand more than my death.
No.
Then why drag things out? I do not like you. You do not like me. All of these people would applaud me if it were not for the fear which paralyzes their tongues. Despotism adds to its 1,000 privileges the right to say and hear what it likes.
You alone in Thebes are discontented.
They are all discontented, but in your presence, silent.
Are you not ashamed?
Ashamed of honoring a brother?
And your brother Antigone, was he not also your brother? Antigone, who died at our side?
We had the same father and mother.
Why insult him then by unpatriotic homage?
That is not how the dead man testifies at my trial.
What? You serve a traitor?
Dead, he is not Antigone' enemy, but his brother.
He came to attack his country. Antigone was defending it.
Death demands a single law for all.
But invaded and invader should not be treated alike.
Who knows if your frontiers have meaning in the land of the dead?
An enemy dare never became a friend!
I was born to share love, not hatred!
Descend to the dead, and love whom you please! But while I live, no woman shall make the laws.
Here is poor Ismene in tears. Grief disfigures her and waters her cheeks.
Ah, there you are. Viper, come along, speak. Did you or did you not know of the high treason that has been committed?
If my sister confesses, I confess, and wish to take the consequences.
The court forbids you to do so. You did not want to follow me. I acted alone.
You are unhappy. I want to follow you now. You are in trouble.
Too late, Ismene. Too late. The underworld and those who live there have seen me act alone. I set little store by a sister who loves me in words.
Do not take from me the honor of dying with you. The honor of having buried our brother.
Do not die with me and do not boast, my dear. It is enough that I should die.
But without you, how can I enjoy life?
Ask Creon. Aren't you his puppet?
Why do you like to hurt me?
I laugh at you. A hollow laugh. And my mockery hurts me.
What can I do to help?
Spare your days. I don't envy you that good fortune.
Let me share your destiny.
You have chosen to live, I to die.
Well, you can't say I didn't tell you often enough.
Your advice was good. I found my project better.
Your fault is ours.
Don't worry, you will live. My heart has been dead a long time already. It can only be of use to the dead.
These two girls are raving mad.
We have suffered enough to make us lose our reason.
That is what happens if you insist upon sharing the criminal's punishment.
How do you expect me to live without Antigone?
No more of her. She is dead.
You will kill your son's betrothed?
He will find other wombs.
This is the only marriage he desires.
I will not have a bad daughter-in-law.
Oh, my dear Haemon, how your father speaks of you.
I begin to weary of you and your wedding.
Would you deprive your son of the one he loves?
Death shall break off their engagement.
Is her death certain?
Certain. Enough time wasted. Guards! Arrest these women! The bravest flee when death approaches.
Happy are the innocent. Fatality has settled on this family. I see new misfortunes heaping on the old for the house of Lapticus. God pursues them relentlessly. Jupiter, you never sleep. You dwell in Olympus, eternally young. But the race of man cannot enjoy unbroken peace. It runs into every disaster. For when a god leads us to destruction, he alters the positions of good and evil. But here is Haemon. Is he coming to make complaint?
My son, you know the crime and the sentence. Do you come to us as rebel, or are we still as dear to you?
I bow to your will. After your wise counsel, there can be no question of marriage.
Well said! A son should obey! Of what good are sons if not to love our friends and inflict on our enemies the damage they deserve? In the embrace of an unworthy spouse, you would freeze. So let this young woman marry someone in the underworld. She speaks of laws of Jupiter, laws of kinship. So far, so good. But if I suffer my next of kin to rebel, what thing can I expect from the Thebans? Severity for all or none. I shall not sing the praises of anyone who opposes my rule. Anarchy is the greatest evil. It ruins towns, breaks up families, infects the army. And a woman anarchist is the end of everything. Better to yield to a man. It shall not be said that a woman led me by the nose.
If age has not entirely disturbed my brain, it seems to me, O king, that you express yourself with exquisite wisdom.
You are wise, Father, but others can be wise too. I am so placed that I hear what everyone thinks of you. You terrorize the people. They whisper the words you prevent them from saying out loud. I can hear them. I wander about. I stumble upon secret meetings. I know how Thebes judges this noble and glorious girl whom you condemn. What, is she to be killed for burying her brother? Why, she should be honored for it. Such is the public rumor. As for me, I respect your rule beyond everything else. But Father, do not persist in thinking that you are always right and you alone. The man who thinks that he alone has wisdom, eloquence, and power is exposing himself to ridicule. Intelligence allows one to contradict oneself. If a captain blindly kept his canvas stretched, he would soon capsize his ship. Lower your sail. Be calm. Believe me. I am very young, but I know I am pleading a just cause.
O king, if he is right, listen to him. But if he is wrong, may he listen to you. On either side, the trial is in excellent hands.
What? What? Are we to learn justice from a schoolboy?
Again, unjust. Age does not count. Do not consider my age, consider my acts.
Is it acting well to praise anarchists?
I could not praise the wicked.
And is this woman not wicked? Is she not eaten up with wickedness?
That is not the opinion of the streets.
Splendid! Now the street is to show me my way.
Now you have spoken like a young man, and you know it.
Am I to guide the city in one direction, and my life in another?
No city was ever made for one man.
The city is the legitimate spouse of her lord!
Live in an empty city! If you want to rule alone.
He seems to side with a girl.
Ah, that makes you a girl, for you are my chief concern.
Farrell! You are insulting your father!
Because I see my father being unjust.
Is it unjust to uphold my prerogatives?
Your prerogatives? You are trampling on the will of the gods.
Soft heart, you have let a woman get around you.
Maybe. At any rate, false proceedings will never get around me.
You are just pleading for her.
And for you, and for me, and for the infernal gods.
You will never marry her alive.
Then I'll marry her dead. In the underworld.
You threaten me with suicide!
I threaten nothing. I am trying to combat your injustice.
You will repent, Mr. Reasoner!
If I were not your son, I would say you were evading the issue.
Slave to women, beware! Do not drive me crazy with your tongue wagging!
You talk all the time and listen to no one!
Ah! Is that how things are? Soldiers! Bring out the man-woman! Bring out the man-woman! Quick! Quick! That she may die before the eyes of her betrothed!
You are mistaken. She will not die in my presence. This is the last time that I speak to you. Farewell. Exercise your rage before your courtiers. They will put up with it.
He is leaving. He is running. He is beside himself. At his age, despair can be dangerous.
Let him try his utmost. He will not save them.
What? Are you condemning Ismene as well as Antigone?
No, not her who has not touched the corpse. Your remark is just.
What kind of death have you in store for the other?
I shall wall her up, alive, in a desert cavern. I shall leave her some food, just enough for her expiation. She will have plenty of time to pray to Pluto. She will see if the infernal gods will protect her.
Love that seizes all and sundry. Love that makes the rich poor and the poor rich. Love that fires a maiden's cheeks. Love that crosses the sea and penetrates the cattle stalls. None can escape you, among the immortal gods or among short-lived men. When she unleashes desire, Venus is invincible. At this very moment, I myself, unfaithful to my prince, weep, see Antigone walking toward her tomb.
Citizens of my country, behold me! I start out upon my last journey. I look for the last time at the light of the sun. The god of Hades will take me alive. I will not have known marriage. No wedding song will have echoed my name. Death will espouse me.
You will die without sickness, without a wound. You will go to Pluto free, virgin, living, renowned, alone among mortals.
I have heard how the daughter of Tantalus died. Suddenly, at the top of Sypolis, she felt the rock take her and grow around her like strong ivy. And now the snow cloaks her, and its icy tears run down her body. Such will be my bed, and such the caresses which await me.
Yes, but we are just poor human beings. She was a goddess and the daughter of a god. After all, for a simple mortal like you, it must be great consolation to have the fate of a divinity.
Mock me! It is the right moment. Mock me! They don't even wait for me to disappear. My city! Thebes! The town of fine carriages. See how they laugh as they push me towards a nameless hole. Nameless! For I am going to a dwelling place not of men, nor of shades, nor of the living, nor of the dead.
It is your own fault. You have done violence to justice. You are still paying for Oedipus.
I am a daughter of incest. That is why I die.
The cult of the dead is a fine thing, but it is not a fine thing to disobey our masters. It is pride that has undone you.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing and no one. I go to my ending quite alone, with no one to pity me. No husband, no friend, no encouragement. Never again will I see the light. Never see day's golden eye. Never see the sun.
You have said this all already. If we all made such a song and dance about dying, there would be no end to it. Quickly now, take her away, imprison her, and leave her.
Farewell! Let them steal my share of life. I go to see my father and mother again. And Eteocles. When you died, I washed you and closed your eyes. I closed your eyes too, Polynices. And I did right. I should never have made that fateful effort for children or for a husband. A husband, he can be replaced. A son, another can be conceived. But our parents being dead, I could not hope for more brothers. That is why I acted, why I am being struck down, why Creon is denying me marriage and maternity. What then have I done to the gods? They abandon me. If they approve of my executioners, I shall know it tomorrow and regret my act. But if the gods disapprove, let them inflict on my executioners my tortures.
Spirit does not relax.
It will cost her escort dear if they insist on dawdling.
My death will not last long.
Do not imagine that the torture consists merely in frightening you.
My beef! It is finished! They bear me away! Cheers! Demon cheers! Your last princess is suffering outrage! See what I suffer! See what men punish me for my love!
Ane also was buried alive and sleeps in bronze. And yet, my child, she was of high descent and bore the golden seed of Jupiter. Bacchus turned the son of Dryas into stone. That young man much regrets having jostled the Maenads, having put out their torches and laughed at the Muses.
Demon chiefs, we are here, 1 and 2. For I am blind and can only walk with a guide.
What news, Tiresias?
You shall hear, but obey.
I have always believed you.
So you have governed in a straight line, but now you turn from it.
You frighten me.
This child leads me, and I lead others. He has seen our altars covered with the rotten remains of Polynices. Dogs and vultures drop them. Since then, the gods reject our sacrifice, and beasts, gorged with carrion, are howling everywhere. Oh, believe me, my son, that a man may make a mistake we can well admit, but that he should persist is proof of stupidity. Cease striking a dead man. It is my love for you that speaks.
So, I am now an archer's target, and you all attack me in your fury. All right. Get rich. Trade away. Win all the gold of Sardis and India. Polynices shall never be buried! Where eagles do bear his carcass to Jupiter's throne, still I should refuse! A mortal cannot defile the gods! You are paid money, Tiresias. That is the sign of your downfall.
Oh, for a man who knows, who understands.
The oracle clique is greedy for money.
And that of its kings is greedy for taxes.
You realize I am your king?
I realize it all the more, since you owe your throne and the welfare of Thebes to me.
You like paradoxes.
You forced me to say that which I wished to dissimulate.
Speak, but do no service to whoever it is that pays you.
Do I appear so rich?
And no, I shall not change my mind.
Know in your turn that the death of your son will pay for the crime of burying a woman alive and contending with Pluto for a corpse. Your palace will be filled with lamentations. Anger is rousing in the towns against you. For men see the beast dragging gory hunks of flesh. Oh, lead me, little one. And may this man in future learn to moderate his language and respect my age and yours.
Yon, his oracles are never wrong.
Alas, my mind is disturbed. Let me see. It is terrible to yield. On the other hand, it is terrible to bring on misfortune by persisting. What do you advise?
Save the girl.
That? And you want me to give way?
But you must hurry. The vengeance of the gods comes full speed.
If I must. Oh, it is hard. Very hard.
Go. Do it yourself.
I fly. Follow with accents, picks, crowbars. I fear it is impossible to keep the old laws always.
You who are crowned with 1,000 names, Bacchus, dweller in Thebes, metropolis of Bacantus, you make the stars dance and the night sing. Tread the mountain with your great feet as if it were grapes. Run, fly, help us, leave this way with your drunken horde.
Fellow citizens of Cadmus, fortune is fickle. I used to envy Creon. Now his luck is failing. Riches and a throne. But what good are they without joy?
Speak!
Haemon has committed suicide.
Tiresias! Here's Queen Eurydice. She must have heard something.
That is, at least I have overheard it a little. What has happened? I must listen. I was opening the door to the temple of Minerva. I nearly fainted. I must listen. I can bear to listen to you. Go on. I am strong. I have some experience of misfortune.
My dear mistress. Listen to a witness's tale. Having, with the help of the king, buried the remains of Polynices and prayed to the goddess of the crossroads, we were running to Antigone's cavern, and Creon thought he heard his son shouting inside. We broke in with pickaxes and saw a pitiful sight. Antigone, hanging from a rope made of her own veils. Haemon was pressing the unhappy girl to his breast. At the sight of Creon, Haemon lost his head, drew forth his sword, and spat at his father. Creon saw the rage and disgust in his eyes, saw the danger too, and fled. Haemon then plunged the blade into his own body. His heart be spattered, Antigone. We are married. In death. I mean blood.
Word from the Queen, what must we think?
She does not wish to make a show of herself.
Silence is more frightening than cries.
Yes. I am going to investigate.
A king bearing his son.
Son. My son. Haemon. Oh, my son. I am a murderer. I killed you.
This is very late.
God help me by the throat. And God push me in the back. All else unhappiness collapses upon me.
Yes, Prince. One tragedy upon another.
Another tragedy? What? What more could happen?
Your wife is dead.
My wife is dead. It is not true. Oh, Pluto! You devour all! My wife after my son? You are lying! Where is she?
Look! The door is open.
Eurydice!
She committed suicide at the foot of the altar, calling you murderer.
I am afraid. Kill me! Kill me quickly! I am falling into a bottomless hole.
She accused you of the murders of Haemon and of Antigone.
What is that? You were saying? My wife is dead? She has killed herself?
Oh, I say it again.
Take me away. Take me away from here. I am nothing. Less than nothing. I don't know where to look. Don't know where to put my hands. My feet. It is all going, slipping out from underneath. A thunderbolt is falling on my head!
One should beware of insulting the gods. Too late, Creon. Too late.
That rocked Paul. It's a very good play.
I'm gonna go say hi to Denise over here. She's actually been to school.